Hello everybody, today I'm going to be using my timeline of Fraughtia regions chart and explaining everything you need to know about the history of every Fraughthian possession, region, colony, territory. That's all we're doing today. So, Fraughtia history can trace its roots back down here to about middle of 2012, right over here, with the Generation 0 of Fraughthian history right here. So I call this right here the Xbox 360 region. Keep in mind that before around 2016, there was no such thing as a region. There were just communities. There were and definitely before 2015, it was all just a single community right here on the Xbox 360, playing Minecraft maps created by Fraught himself. So we have stuff like Fraughtia era in here, the Fraughthian army, and stuff. And these are somewhat significant eras in Fraughthian history, but it's all just the same group of people, with some new people coming in here and there. And then so here around 2015, you can trace the Xbox One region back. So I classify this here as a subset of the 360 region. I do that just because in later history it really just dissolved back into the Xbox region, and it also was, at least from the history I've read, never super distinct from the 360, as it's both Xboxes. And yeah. So when we get to about 2016, about right here in Fraughthian history, that's when they elect a new supreme leader, Cute Titan Panda, and what she does is create the name of region. So Xbox One region, 360 region, and in this gray section, they have there's a PS4 region and a few other things, miscellaneous though. They're not very historically important, and I don't have much on them. I can't read up on them. And then the outermost regions. So think of stuff like Facebook and like Twitter, or they have their amino down here. That's outermost regions. Okay, so the Xbox 360 region lived until just about the end of 2017, and that's when in all of 2017, Minecraft popularity left the 360. And people were moving to the Xbox One, and this is when the Bedrock edition of Minecraft started to become a thing, and started to gain support and start to get its cross compatibility with the different versions, and people started to move on. So right here in early 2017, the Fraughthian Minecraft region was started here, so in a Skype call. So it was pretty simple, and it was very early. They're using Skype then, as Discord was around at this time, but the Fraughthians hadn't colonized it yet. And yeah, so at this time also there was a Steam region that existed just about to the end of 2017, but I don't have that listed as very not important, but it was around. Just want to tell you that. So outside of Fraughtia itself, Minecraft Central Discord right here, created August 4th of 2016. This was just a Discord channel that was created by Packerfan Gamer, myself, and it was a pretty sizable community. It got to around 70 members or so in its peak, and then in December of 2017, we were contacted by both Gamermen for Reals, asked me to be annexed into this 360 region right here, and to be a municipality. So effectively, my server would be part of their region, but I wouldn't be, and I would still have some autonomy and whatever. I denied him. I was just not interested in that, because at the time I still wanted to maintain control over my server, and I didn't trust these. Well, if you come to someone's server and you're brand new and you're just like, hey, you want to annex? People are gonna be suspicious. So at the same time, Gamerman joined, and at the same time, Fraught Movie 0 joined. So I contacted Fraught Movie because, Gamerman was talking about a Fraughthian community. My brain put two and two together, so I was like, what is the community? And Fraud Movie explained it to me, and he explained what Gamerman was asking about the annexation proposal. So he talked to me. So instead, what we would do is mutually recognize each other. And so mutual recognition is pretty much, our community acknowledges the Fraudian community, and the Fraudian community acknowledges us, and we can share stuff, trade, and all that sort of stuff. So the Fraudian community put an embassy in our server, so it effectively just a little channel explaining, our partnership in this together. So there's that part right up here. Around a little earlier in 2017, the Nintendo Switch region was started by Gamerman for Reals, and Gamerman also started the Fraudian Minecraft region. So these are servers associated with him. And then, so early 2018, we see the Xbox 360 region just pretty much die of inactivity, and no one's a part of it anymore, and a lot of their members move to Fraudian Minecraft region or just kind of lose connection with the community. That's when Fraud Movie came to me with the Packer plan. This was to create the central Minecraft region right here, and so effectively that was just elevating this Minecraft Central into a region. And well, it still gave me autonomy, it gave me congressional representation, and it was all around a really good thing for the server. It allowed us to grow, and I show that with the large box right here. This was, and at its peak, the Central Minecraft region hit around 250 members, which, and it was pretty active. We had a lot of stuff here, but in the early days, it was pretty simple. It was just Minecraft Central, just Fraudianized, with some of the old members coming back, but not many. So, further into 2018, Fraud Movie himself creates Fraudium, that was effectively just the 360 region, just reimagined as just a hub for older Fraudians to talk and chat amongst themselves, community-centric. Fraudium eventually just kind of was ended at the in the beginning of 2019, and most of their members moved to other Discord servers or just left the community altogether. Alright, so in the middle of 2018, Dare the Hare region was started out of the Nintendo Switch region or colony or whatever you want to classify it. At the time, it was a small thing, but then Dare the Hare made it bigger again, and so this put a focus back onto Minecraft for the region, and this was kind of created out of an old Discord server for Nintendo Switch, owned by Mike01, I believe. There's that. Outside of Fraughtia itself, J-Dragon started creating his all-in-one Minecraft Java Edition mod pack, and his vanilla community, and then his community server. This was pretty, this was outside the community, at least until around 2019, until, that's just when they started getting contact with the community. In 2018, the Outermost Regions was disbanded, as they were not active at all. No one was there, no one cared about it. And something I forgot to mention here, in beginning in 2017, the Hell server was started, and that eventually became Underground in 2018. And they're still outside of the community at this time. They do not interact with Fraudians until later into 2019. Okay, so the CMR, Central Minecraft region right here, had a few leadership changes, and effectively what you want to remember is that I ran the CMR, ran Minecraft Central, and then the CMR for a while, then until the Silent War. There was Decision 2018, which is when we elected a leader and marbled him, and then the leadership went, the Front Movie and Gamerman, they switched around in the fall, and then eventually Fraud Movie was the leader of the Central Minecraft region But then eventually there was another election, and I was voted back in. Complicated, I understand, but it's politics for you. So there's that. And with me as leader and just as member of Fraughtia, I was huge on contacting other Minecraft regions, other Minecraft things, and wanting to recognize them and maybe even bring them into the community if possible. So one of them that actually had some influence right here that I really didn't know about until much later was Minecraft World. So I'm not quite sure when they were established, but I do know sometime probably before the end of 2018, I'd have to assume, but it's ambiguous. So I found contact with them, and little did I know they were in contact with J-Dragon community servers, which is so after the CMR was disestablished and Minecraftia was founded as a successor to the CMR. J-Dragon's community servers joined the Fraughtian community right around here, and it was also at this time that MC World was a colony, and their servers were somewhat active, but then they kind of dropped off really quick. They weren't the best of things. The leaders were there's two leaders actually, as a co-leadership, and they didn't lead the best way. They didn't have a lot of experience, and they couldn't do it all by themselves. Okay, so the CMR, middle of 2019 was disestablished, turned into Minecraftia. This was a Fraught movie changing. As the CMR Central Minecraft region had, there was supposedly some issues with it, and Fraught wanted to start fresh, and Minecraftia was not really that big. It was kind of a smaller region of the community, and was kind of, a lame excuse for a CMR revival. Anyway, coming down here to Fraughtia Minecraft region, same thing happened here. The FMR through this time was just decreasing in popularity, as the CMR was better in most ways. We had CMR Isles, which was our official realm, and that was wildly popular. And just with that, most of the attention went to CMR, as it was the proclaimed capital of the Fraughtia, which gives it a lot more attention and stuff. So there's that. But so the FMR, as that decreased, Gamerman himself made his new server the Goody server. So this server was a YouTube fan server. Okay, it was for Gaming Goodies, his YouTube channel, and yeah, it was popular, but as a YouTube fan server, activity is kind of expected. People are always talking about that, and they're as fans, and so that was a good it was a good small server for the time. Around this time, you see the Dare the Hare region pretty much just faded out of existence. Some of its more hardcore Minecraft members came back with the CMR, Minecraftia, or came over to Caveton. There's that. And so in the middle of 2018, Arctic Pikes was founded, and eventually they became annexed into the Fraughtian community. So Arctic Pikes is a kind of a community Discord server, so they're not focused on Minecraft or anything, and they're they're a fairly active, just community. It's pretty cool. Fraught found them, and they kind of became a colony up until around here, which is then they kind of became officially a region, and they were they're part of the big three regions that exist today. So, the end of 2019, I already talked about how J-Dragon got annexed into the community. Well, down here, there's Sky Squad. More formally, Thigh Gods Sky Squad. They found the community, they requested an annexation, and they're a colony. To this day, I believe they're still around, but they also had connection with another server, the Hell server and Underground, which I talked about a little earlier. They shared some members. They had a lot of connections. So effectively, upon learning of Sky Squad coming into the Fraughtia community, the admins of Underground requested that they get the same treatment, that they become annexed, and that officially became a thing in the fall of 2019. And with this, there was the rebranding into Purgatorium, and a bit of a restructuring of their Discord server and stuff. So for the Fraughtia community, 2020 brought a lot of changes. So Dragon's Den as a revival of the Dre Dragon community server. That's a pretty big server for the community. Caveton as being the true CMR successor, and with a few Goody server members coming over like Gamerman and the Omega Emerald. Fraughtia is the successor to the Goody server, being run by Edward Xro. It's a fairly active server. It's pretty cool. Down here, the newest server of the community, Alpha Lounge. There's not too much about this server. It's pretty much less than a month old, and we could see that server becoming pretty big, pretty small, staying medium. There's all the Arctic Pikes still around, still cooking, still doing very good. So yeah, that's just about all of Fraughtia history, at least the possessions of Fraughtia and how each region was formed and died. And yeah, it's pretty cool that we can kind of see this, where there are some Caveton members that can trace their roots all the way back here to Minecraft Central, or even trace all the way back through the Xbox 360 region to when they first joined the community. You can like go from Fraughtia, trace your way back here. That's just, to me, that's kind of cool. To see, you can do that. But with these newer servers, you can't do that because they were independent, and Fraught Movie wants to keep them independent from the community and doesn't want mixing, and that is something I do agree with. I feel like that's an okay thing to do. But it does, and then from here, well, you can think, what is the 2021 graph gonna look like over here, Are we going to see, Caveton and Fraughtia merge? Are we going to see Caveton split in two? Kind of just just playing with weird histories now, but, you can kind of just trace back anything you want to, see, If you think, it would be cool if Arctic Pikes split in half, and then want to make your alternate history, there you go. But that's the entire timeline of Fraughthian regions. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video explaining it, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.